the wolves of Ironwood, tracking their next prey, the Beastmaster, Sarja Flint, across the continent of Veridian, came to a jungle expanse, where they were given a mysterious rendezvous with one Dom Sandelver, one of the company's foremost engineers. Following what seemed to be an earthquake arriving, an armored train blasted through the jungle along rusted rails and came screeching to a halt just before the party. Greeting them there was the stout Dom Sandelver himself. He dispatched a few of his lackeys to help the mounts of the party be loaded into cars, and then guided the party themselves about 4 cars up to where they entered the train proper. As you all take your seats, there's a hideous screeching and clacking and hissing as the locomotive starts up again. And you're all jolted as it begins to move through this jungle pass. The insides here are military, very Spartan. Comforts are sparse. Everything is burlap or faded, cracked leather and steel. Black steel. There are viewports, there are gun ports, and here in front of you, this man, Dom Sandelver, with this cracked smile, looks up at you with these twinkling madman eyes, and he lights up a cigar. And just taking a lengthy drag on that, expelling a big cloud of smoke into the air amongst you all, he looks between the lot of you, his eyes kind of perking up a little as he sees Valicia, and then back to y'all. Now, which one of you's gonna be in the way there? Who's in charge here?
Arnor will go ahead and push Bread forward a little bit.
That'd be me.
Right. Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. As I said, Dom Sandelver.
And I am, Finn says, standing up, matching this guy's crazed look in his eye. Finn's got this almost schoolboy giddiness to him, and he's, pardon me, I know you were hoping to talk to Bread, and that will get you along very shortly, but I must just say, I am most impressed with your adaptation of the Ascendancy Model 262B locomotive. Nerd. This is a feat of engineering by any standard.
My God.
I didn't know that Finn was a train guy.
How do you maintain it in such a rough environment? Everything I know about these says that they are phenomenal in such terrain as this, but the fuel consumption is enormous.
Well...
That was freaking amazing.
That's something else, knowing all that. But me and my boys have done a good bit of modifications on it. I'll say so myself. You seem to know your way around a tool or two.
I maybe once or twice have worked on
Oh,
such
don't be modest, Finn.
Who are you?
Phineas DuPont.
Should I have heard of you?
I like this
Oh
guy.
no, hopes and dreams crushed.
The slight that he should have taken at that completely just blows past him, and he just says, no matter. We can discuss such things at a later time, but just know there are a few particular modifications I have made to engines such as this that you might find interesting at a later time. And he diverts his attention back to Bread. I'm sorry. As you were saying, he sits back down, but just doesn't take his eyes off of this guy and looking at the train around him.
Sandelver will chuckle to himself a little, and then sticking his stogie in the corner of his mouth will clap his hand and say, "So you're in charge?" And he'll point at Bread.
Aye, that's right.
I hear we've got quite the quarry.
Do you know who we're hunting then?
Oh, I've been told she'll come to us.
Right, and we should all be prepared to die when she does, I suppose, but...
We should have to bring to your friend here. This thing, she ain't getting no further than, what, 2 inches of plate steel? I don't think so, mate. She ain't touching you. As long as you're inside here, you're safe. Hey, according to my calculations, well, probably this lad's too. Doesn't matter. Here's the deal. Alright, brother? What we need y'all doing, we got a few systems need checking, a few chores need doing. Put yourselves to work, make yourselves useful on the train. Just until nightfall bouts, we'll settle in and pray to whatever gods or goddesses you deem so fit. And hope this Sarja woman shows up after a while. We're causing quite a bit of commotion ourselves. Can't miss us. Kind of the point.
Right, so if we just sort of plowed into her with the train, do you think that would work? She'd just stand there and take it.
Are you slow, boy?
What a
a response to sarcasm.
Kel just sits down with a long sigh.
Hey, no lot going up here, is it?
No, mate, don't worry about it.
Load of bother here, but I gotta get on my way. I'll send one of my lieutenants down, make yourselves useful, yeah? Kick back, 4 to 10 minutes. Nothing big. Oh.
Is this guy saying words?
No.
And he'll turn and pad off, cranking open this door, stepping through, and then cranking it closed behind him, leaving the lot of you alone.
Did anybody hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard exactly what he said. He said, "I'm going to make So, how do you suppose we make ourselves useful in the time being?
Well, you always know how to make yourself useful, Kai. I'm sure you'll find a good project to take care of.
I'm sure I will. I'm not concerned about myself. I'm concerned about the lot of you.
That's fair.
Thank you, Kai. Out of the goodness of your heart, just so concerned for the rest of us making ourselves useful.
Finn is going to go and try to follow him. As the door closed, he goes to see if he can reopen it.
It's locked.
That's 2 layers of clad steel, baby.
Finn gives it a solid little tug, and it just clanks on the lock. And he says, could obviously get through this if I wanted to, but a short break would be nice. Then he goes back down and he just kind of sits down.
Fred gives him this look like, take the hint, darling.
Kai's going to look down and kind of shake her head a little bit and say, never meet your heroes. Oh, Finn.
Well, I, at least, succeeded in my task. He just pulls out of his satchel the little device he had made and just kind of shakes it in Bread's direction, which it gives this, short ticking sound, and he kind of, as he's shaking it, and then he quickly,
Unshakes it.
fumbles back and, stops it and gives a little sheepish grin back at you.
Right, it's hard to make anesthetic without a proper lab. I'm sure you understand that.
It is difficult to make bomb without proper workshop, but you don't see me complaining.
As you talk amongst yourselves, there is a click at the door, and it cranks open, and a more lithe man steps through, very tall, kind of ducking under this bulkhead here. And he looks at a lot of you and says, "Ahoy, I'm Lieutenant Jax. Here to give you your work orders. So, I need one of you up front." He looks down a little, clipboard he's carrying. "One of you up front with me in the navvy. 2 hands loading shells with the quartermaster. I need 3 of you come in front shoveling coal, and I'll send 2 further back taking inventory. Who's up for where?"
Any volunteers?
Well, I would be happy to take inventory. That's kind of what I did in my old occupation, actually. So, put me to work.
Sure thing. All right, that's a one of you.
Well, not that I'd like to excuse myself from the heavier work, but I don't think I'll be of much use to you shoveling coal or loading shells.
Hey, can you read a map?
I'm a handy hand with a map.
All right, you're with me then in the navvy.
Nobody wants to join me in inventory, do they?
Oh no, I'll join you in the inventory, Kai.
Excellent.
Great. The big un, the tail, and the kin. You'll be on coal duty. And then you there, he'll point to Finn. And you, he'll point to Valicia. Report to the quartermaster. Right, 6 cars up. Let's go. And you, he'll point to Fatima. With me.
Arnor, what is core? He said core duty.
Coal is something that you burn for fuel.
Okay, I have no idea what he say, but okay, we can do that.
All right, we'll start in the backmost cars then, as Kai and Bread are led by a smaller boy to the back, where he shows you the different stocks and inventory, mostly foodstuffs, but also assorted ammunition for crossbows and even some firearms. And then he gives you different shelves to attend to, and just says, "We've lost a few men in the recent scuffles with this woman that I hear you're going after. So, yeah, haven't had really good eyes on this stuff for a few nights. Just make sure we're loaded up and ready to go when things go to shit as they do. Good luck."
Can I ask you a question then?
Oh, what?
Well, your engineer gave me the impression that Sarja Flint can't get through this train, so how are men dying?
Oh, well, we stop here and there, have to. Need to gather resources, perform maintenance. It's usually when they hit. And, she's with them strange folk, the armed ones.
How do your encounters with her usually go?
Oh, pretty poorly. Usually catches us off guard. I think last time took, she took the last lieutenant. She took one of the sergeants, a couple of the gunmen, And then a few Anns like myself she took captive. Not sure where they went. Nothing pretty, I imagine, though.
No, I don't imagine so.
Anyways, got other things to do. Can't chat. Take care. And I'll go. Oh, one more thing. I don't think he gave you one of these. And he'll hand you a little, like, wrist thing. It just seems like a black metal wristband. That should let you through the doors, no problem.
Thank you.
Does he give one to both, Kai?
He gave you one.
Okay, Brett is putting it on.
Oh. All right, then.
Oh, did you want an accessory?
Please, I have enough. And she'll actually grab the gem at the end of her necklace and start to play with it. It seems that it suits you much better than me.
Oh my gosh.
Curious, though. He said that they are always caught off guard. By his account, it seems that Sarja knows, well, pretty much every step that the Ironwood Company is going to take. I think there's a loss in communication, don't you?
I mean, I don't doubt that there's one mole or several.
Don't doubt. What makes you so sure?
I mean, why wouldn't there be?
Kai's gonna kind of ignore this, clearly, criticizing Kai herself from Bread, and is just gonna say, I'm so glad that we could be straight with each other again.
Brett will hand her one of the inventory lists and say, piss off, Kai.
Piss off. Oh, well, all right. And Kai is going to turn in this small little cabin, in this train, almost making fun of Bread's stupid comment. So
we'll start inventory.
There is a lot of inter-party tension here, guys.
True.
All right. A ways ahead, a few cars up from where these two are going through the shelves, Finn and Valicia are brought before a woman who stands looking at these large arrays of loading chambers for the different cannons atop the car that you're on, and then some that are jutting from the sides. And she'll look at the pair of you and go, "Oh, bother. Well, I suppose you'll have to do, won't you? Beggars, choosers, and the like. Have either of you ever worked with such contraptions before? You seem, well, frail at best, but..." And her eyes are a little uneasy as she glances at Valicia.
Finn just says, I assure you, something as mundane as a cannon we can handle.
Very well, take these. And she'll point to large crates of these shells that are as big as your forearm. I want you to inspect them, mark them off on this list, double check the numbers, and then load them in as such. And she'll demonstrate it, she'll check the number, she'll load it up.
Easy enough.
It's not like an easy process, you see, to like jam it into this belt, but she makes it seem effortless. And you feel the mental impression of Valicia beside you rolling her eyes, but she doesn't do it.
She can actually do the looks without looks.
And the quartermaster will just wipe her hands and say, take this, and she'll give Finn one of these black wristbands. Should you need to go back and forth, and for now, you'll be on your own. I've got a business to attend, a few cars up. If you need something, holla. She'll nod and stomp off. Valicia will look down at these crates of ammunition and then look up to Finn, and you hear in your mind as she, mimics your accent. You won't take any strain. I will pencil off number and you will load, yes? Make easier.
I think that would be a good process. A question for you.
Yes, we can switch when your frail arm give out.
Thank you, but not what I was going to ask. More so, what is your interpretation of, and he kind of motions to the train itself, this in interaction with your people, the locals?
My people are not locals. We do not reside on this continent. Not naturally, of course.
Finn kind of scrunches his nose a little bit at this as he's, getting down, starting to work on some of these crates, opening them up and such. Regardless, well, maybe not regardless, so this is a battle for land, then. Less so a invasion of a native people, more so a struggle over ownership of Veridian.
We do not seek to own Veridian, no. I think, and as you're talking, she'll just start marking things off and handing them to you. It was, at least as the histories go, many centuries before the Sundering that we arrived here.
One moment. The Sundering. What do you mean by that?
The great remaking, so they say.
By our culture, we call that the God's Fall event.
Why?
Because there were gods, many of them, and there was an event that caused their fall. Simple as that. Once they were gods, poof, no more gods.
We saw no gods fall on our side of the world. Only fire came with it, cold and darkness. Lasted for many years, but it faded before long. We went out in search of the source of what could have caused such, what we could only assume was terrible destruction. That is when we returned to Veridian. As I said, we arrived many centuries before this all. You see, we theorized that in the time, the locals as they were, a race and known to us at least as the Soliera, they had destroyed themselves in some apocalyptic manner of their own making millennia ago. I fear that this was a second instance of such a thing.
I know of no such pre-inhabitants prior to the God's Fall event. Do your people have artifacts or things to sustain such a notion?
We need them not. The Soliera exists still. Though when we returned here, they were not yet advanced enough to interact with us. We left in peace once more, preferring to lay the groundwork for future generations of cooperation, rather than take part in some extermination or conquering land, as you have so put.
Basically, what I'm getting at is, and as I'm sure you can tell, the allegiances in this group are tenuous at best to the Ironwood Company. He kind of dramatically whispers and looks around. I was merely wondering if, amidst all these shells, if one were to potentially be rigged to, I don't know, cause catastrophic damage to this beautiful piece of craftsmanship. If that would actually serve us better, and the people here better in the end. I don't know, but it sounds fun.
You may do as you wish. My people have a strict practice of non-invasiveness, at least when it comes to interacting with the Soliera. Removing this scar from the land would be, in my eyes, a great blessing. Not only to the Soliera, but to the Carriador, and even your kind.
The Carriador, that is the second time I have heard that word. Well, I saw it more once, the first time. Is that the name of your people?
It was the name of my mother's people.
Well, I take that as, yes, Finn, it is a good idea, so I will do it.
I will not stop you.
The final thing that I have a question for you, and then I will shut up, I promise. Are you familiar with the vast area to the north that swirls with this energy that we call void, and we have named the Maelstrom?
Of course. Everyone is. You are talking about... yes... the Maelstrom, nested in between the Forge Lands and Noratolia.
What is it? Have you been there? Have you seen it?
She'll say aloud, yes.
Finn just kind of...
So many heroes tonight.
As you continue working, small talk or silence,
He does sabotage a shell.
you can sabotage a shell. One or as many as you wish.
She goes crazy.
But moving forward in the cars, Fatima stands with Lieutenant Jax and a navigator looking at a vast array of maps that have been cobbled together here. And Lieutenant Jax will look to Fatima and point and say, "This is where we believe ourselves to be currently. This," and he'll point to another map, haphazardly arrayed to the side that kind of gives some sort of continuity to these lines and borders, "is, as far as we know, some sort of base of operations for the locals. And perhaps with this Sarja that you lot seek could be hold up."
Now, far be it from me to tell you how to do your job, but this machine strictly runs on those iron rails. Is that correct?
Yes, it's these red lines here, and you see a crisscrossing bunch of lines going over these maps. There are many gaps, and there are many, X's that have been marked atop them as well.
And of these X's and gaps, is this maybe some sort of destruction by an outside force? What is the...
Some mark the general wear and tear, degradation of these systems, and yes, also intervention by outside forces, as you say.
Okay, then I'm going to be slightly honest. Not quite sure why we are so necessary. I'm assuming that you have some way to manage your speed. Maybe you have some machine counting the revolutions of the wheels or something along those lines.
Of course.
It seems to me that navigation is a little bit of a dead science. It's follow the line that's been drawn in the sand, as you would say. Not quite sure what exactly we are doing. I mean, if we know that they are there and we are here, then should it just be a question of time?
He points to the map where these red lines intersect and such. He says, there are plenty of avenues here that we can take. We're mostly here to determine the most viable and the safest ones, given previous incursions and patterns and the like. That's what these are, and he'll take this film kind of material overlay and place it over the map, and from there you can see many more little conflict points and larger circles and areas.
No. Now I understand. Excellent indeed.
In addition to carrying out your directive, Sandelver and us are also in charge of regular maintenance and acquiring resources. So we will be required to hit a number of these areas, as many as possible, on our way to said location. That's what we could use your help with.
Then I'm going to assume that you have either some system of bases along our line, or maybe some cooperation with other groups of locals to obtain these materials. I'm assuming you're not stopping this train to mine the ore for the iron.
Locals, no, but there are inserts of other Ironwood Company or other mercenary groups alike.
Very well then. If your job is maintenance and general patrol, and ours is to get from A to B, I think we might be able to find ourselves a path here. How much fuel do we have?
He'll nod. He'll gather some other schematics and information for Fatima. And actually, Eamon, I want you to make a 4 difficulty geography check.
4 difficulty geography. Oh, all right, so we're doing 2 yellows. You don't have to be bred. Oh, you're so freaking bred. So 3 failures. Fatima stares at the map, and she, just looking at her companion, says, I'm not sure that I see a way we can manage to resupply these outposts, arrive at our destination with enough fuel and, I presume, supplies for your return journey. I can't quite fathom it from what we have here. Is it true that, and so she gestures to a map where it seems like a critical part of the infrastructure has been cut out. It's covered by the incursion. There's a big X across a line that, seemingly, if it were there, would allow them to cut out a longer loop, which, while losing some of the resupply and depot positions, would at least allow them to arrive at the perceived location of the insurgency without too much delay. But it looks I presume that is not a viable option anymore.
I mean, anything's viable when you get your crew's backs into it. If we need to stop, repair, we can lay track.
That seems dangerous in this particular machine.
True. But he'll just knock against the wall. As long as we're inside, they can't do much against us.
Yes, laying the track is where we find our danger. But no, I can't. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can provide you any information that will gain us away. What is your standard procedure in these cases? I understand most of you do patrol, but...
This case has a specific target in mind. It's the shortest route possible. Oh, that's damn well it. Now, elsewhere in the train, a ways forward, Kel, Arnor, and Sirocco are handed shovels and set before a large pile of coal and told to move it from one pile to a larger pile a little ways ahead.
So glamorous.
Excuse me, sir, but if we are putting this from this pile to that pile, why do we make 2 piles in the first place? And why not just have one pile to begin with?
The man who handed you the shovel, who takes one in his own hand and starts to work, says, "Oh, they're paying you enough to think, is it? Why?"
As far as I know, I am not getting paid at all for this.
Oh,
So I suppose, no, they are not paying me to think. In any event,
well, you've got the short end of the stick then.
Arnor, I do not think this is a viable business model to continue running the train this way. I do not think... let us try to move this coal as quickly as possible, and then we can leave the man to his own devices.
You have a point.
Sirocco just sighs. Well, I suppose we better get to work. He'll take off the hat and then the cape. Feeling just the normal heat of the day. I don't suppose they've got air conditioning on this thing. We'll also, just quickly take off his tunic so he's, standing there shirtless in his pantaloons, ready to shovel some coal.
the guy who's with you will just nod in your direction. He's like, oh, it's a smart idea. When I'm by myself, I'm just hanging out, but yeah.
Straight up.
I love this guy.
Oh my gosh, this train, this crew.
It's raw odd as hell, I'll tell you. Sweat dripping from places you never thought it'd come from.
So, is this a matter of taking turns or something? There's not quite enough room for 4 people to be shoveling from this pile to that pile.
Oh, yeah, there is. And he'll lean over and show you that there is.
Kel picks up her shovel and just goes to town, starts working.
As the shoveling begins and everybody kind of sets into a rhythm, Sorako will say to the man, so, this Zarya, this crew has encountered her before?
Oh, yeah. She's a right wild one, so yeah. I haven't seen the likes of her, but from the tales the others tell, it's a right woman.
Ah, I see. So, he says, heaving another shovelful of coal. What else have you seen out here in the jungles of Veridian? Strange monsters?
Well, nothing too wild. We got these owned folk. Often riding with that mad woman you're after. What else is there? Oh, you got these one things. Kind of like birds. Hey, actually, ever seen a chicken?
Yes, 1 or 2 in my time.
No, so imagine if you were a chicken, but not as plump, a bit larger, like size of a man in a head, very scant feathers, more scales, kind of thin, like a long chicken.
Kel, under her breath, is like, absolutely what part of that is supposed to resemble a chicken?
Ah, I see. Oh, my good man, you are sweating profusely. Perhaps you should take a break in the other room, sit for a moment. I assure you we can handle this between the 3 of us.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not overheating here.
No, really. I know you and this crew work so hard because you must have the train go every day, 24 hour, every day of the week, Monday through Sunday.
Make a formidable charm check, and I'm gonna upgrade.
Okay, so that's what, like 4 purples and a red?
Yes.
1 success and 2 threat.
Hey,
All right, with that success, he'll swing the shovel over his shoulder. I was like, you're right, I've earned myself a good 10-15 minutes of a breather. And with those 2 threats, I think I'll take this time to air out a bit, and I'll drop his pants.
He's still, like, in the room.
Yeah, he'll go and just pad toward the back, kind of pop a squat, do some stretches.
Kel just doesn't turn around, shakes her head.
And then as he goes and sits down, kind of in a little bit of a lower voice, not quite a whisper, because it's still, the train's loud and you gotta shovel this coal. Sorako will say to Arnor and Kel, do either of you think that some things about this mission are a bit odd? Like how easy it is to find Zarya? A train shows up in the middle of the jungle and they know where she is. All the other ones we have had to skirt around and cajole and try to hone in on their location, but this one it is too easy.
It does raise suspicions for me, as we were told that there was some minor notices of Sarja, but it sounds from what he said like there might have been some more interaction. Maybe not with him, but with others. So yes, it is a bit strange, but if we find Sarja, what does it matter?
I suppose. And what do you make of Iris's decision to place bread at our head?
I think it was the wrong decision, but I'm not here to question orders.
And why exactly would you believe it is the wrong decision? No doubt Bread is likely smarter than any of us, perhaps with the exception of Finn, but Finn is smart in specific ways.
I think it depends on the situation. I think when it comes to medicine, yes, Bread is smarter. When it comes to other decisions, like, oh, maybe we should go kill this prince or take action in battle, he is less suited to those.
Kel, you are awfully silent.
It was definitely an interesting choice. Brett definitely has a lot more going on than I think he ever tells us and might ever tell us, but I do think we can trust him for what it's worth. I do think the choice was an interesting one, and I think Iris has her own devices, but Sirocco, to answer your earlier question, I've felt weird about these missions since Korvac was killed.
And what makes you so sure that we can trust Brett? I bear him specifically no ill will, but he has been erratic in the past, secretive with his ways. I am simply looking out for myself and for the rest of you. I do not know when it will be one of us who Brett is required to kill.
Kel thinks about that for a moment as she continues shoveling. I don't know. There is something deeply wrong with Brett, but I don't think that he's a bad person underneath it all. And I think a lot of us don't understand each other, and we really should try to, and we don't. We make assumptions and we think we know everyone, and we have these ideals and these opinions on who everyone else in this group is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the truth. What I think about Kai might not be who Kai actually is, and what you think of me might not be who I actually am. But Brett and I have talked, and he has shared things with me that he hasn't shared with the rest of you, and it's not my business to say, so I won't, so don't ask. But I trust him with the knowledge that should anything happen, it's not intentional. And I can live with that. I'm not saying that the group should have to live with that or that it's going to be okay for the rest of you, and I understand if it's not. But for me, I can live with that.
Well then, I suppose the same could be said of me. Rest assured, if anything happens, it is not intentional. And Sirocco will go back to shoveling.
That worries me more.
Well, a voice says from behind Arnor and Sirocco as you feel hands clap on your respective shoulders. Far be it for me to make assumptions, but I think you lot are some of my bestest friends here.
He's still tackle out.
Now, let's get shoveling. So then, further down the line, nearer the terminal end of the train, Kai and Bread still stack and catalog.
Kai, trying to play off the last response from Bread, is just going to kindly ask Bread, "Oh, can you pass that over here, darling?" And she's going to ask for a bolt that's laying in a pile.
Bread will pass it over.
You know, I would watch my tone if I were you. Word is that you become quite the nuisance to Edis and the Ironwood Company. But I don't need to tell you that, do I? I seem to recall in my last conversation with Edis that she called you a... Now, what was the word she used? A liability? She said something else about needing to tie up loose ends. All I'm saying is that if I were you, I'd sleep with both eyes open.
Bread gives Kai a look. Like, he knows that she's pretty good in a fight, you know. If she attacked him, there could potentially be some danger there, but also he has the power of God and anime on his side, so...
Yeah, literally.
Are you threatening me, Kai?
Threatening? No, Bread. Just warning you.
You are so full of shit.
We'll see.
Oh no, we'll know.
There's a small clinking and clanking, and then the door on the terminal end opens, and Dom Sandelver pushes through, covered in soot, wiping hands on his apron and overalls and whatnot. And he looks at the two of you and says, "Oh, just the people I want to see. Well, not you two specifically, but your lot, and so we're stopping soon. Don't know if you heard. Gonna make a quick repair on the rails, and, well, you can put them boys aside. We need to get to talking, because when this thing gets to stopping, that's when she strikes." As these grim portents hang in the air, however, the tension is cut by the explosive entrance of Lieutenant Jax from the back of the train car, yelling, "Get down! She's set up!" And then the entire locomotive is jolted from the tracks. Explosions rip down its spine as the length of the train is sent careening, rolling violently through the jungle, flattening a wide expanse of trees. Fires spread quickly in this makeshift clearing as more of the train is derailed or blown apart, acrid smoke rising from the wreckage, alien war cries, and beating hooves approaching with undue speed.